Your court television news starting now.
Good morning, everybody, / technically afternoon for my folks on the East Coast, and welcome to just a normal, nothing breaking, although we are going to get super busy as far as what our court updates, because we've got a busy docket for December, but welcome to the NJCourts TV news channel. I am your host, Santa Courts, just getting ready for the character. You know how it gets. We like to celebrate the holidays on this channel, and it is the month of December, my friends. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. And don't forget, it's almost going to be already Christmas, and then it'll be the New Year, and then we'll be in 2025. So again, a busy, busy December after we just closed down a busy November. But I hope you guys had a safe and wonderful holiday weekend. As a matter of fact, I had my co-host ready for me here to introduce you, but he got bought out by some snacks, so let me just call him right back. Dobby, get over here. As you can see, us here at the NJCourts studio have already started getting ready for the month. We've got Mr. Frosty, my co-host, second co-host, and then Dobby, get over here. Get your little butt over here. You ain't got no hot dogs there. And I don't know why they started giving you snacks as I was starting my show. Dobby, get over here. Or maybe he's that embarrassed that he doesn't want to come. We'll see what happens. I think he's a little embarrassed. But yeah, it's going to be a crazy-ass December. And today we're going to go over some just brief updates, nothing long. I do have a big update as far as what's happened with the Mr. Based court case. Looks like we can conclude that case, and I'll go over that here with you in a bit. But we've got, let me just total up for you here really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 court hearings that are coming up in December. Okay. So I will be trying my best to stay on top of all these. As a matter of fact, as I was kind of getting ready for December's month and kind of looking up, past court hearings, checking on people that are on probation, I found out a little bit more about what was going on with Mr. Base's hearing, which last update we had on this channel, we were waiting for his hearing coming up. I think it was December the 4th, here in a couple of days. But that has changed. That hearing is no longer going to happen on December the 4th, and I'll tell you exactly why. And then we got, like I said, updates on a variety of people. I've got a list of people that as of like just this month or last month, they were put on a 1-year probation. So I just checked in on them to see how they were doing. I'll give you an update on those folks. And then we've got a wanted list. We've still got one person, not going to say that plural. Is that the way? Yeah, in singular mode, singular form. We've got one person or individual that is still wanted. As a matter of fact, wanted in 3 or 4 states, but for sure wanted in the current state that they're residing or hiding out in, which I'm sure most of you know who that is. But I appreciate, like I said, everybody joining me on a Monday morning. I'm sure most of my 8 to 5ers are at work. Hopefully you can take a break. Hopefully your hashtag watching on a replay. I had a great holiday week, in case you were wondering. We started off, if you guys joined me at the beginning of the holiday week, distributing a lot of great items, including food and clothing and sanitary items to the needy of my community. And again, thank you for all those that participated with that project. Then we went into the Thanksgiving Day, which was great. Had a great Thanksgiving Day meal. Actually, for 2 days, I enjoyed Thanksgiving Day. Some of you guys saw my, I think I only posted it on Instagram if you follow me on IG, but I made a fresh batch of some can butter for the Thanksgiving holiday. So got to enjoy that and some cookies that I made. All gone. Definitely put me out for a couple of days. If you know, you know. But it was a fun, quick, and safe holiday for me. So Nothing crazy. As a matter of fact, I was pretty quiet even on the channel. I just took, I wasn't going to stream on the holiday just out of respect for Thanksgiving Day. But, I was going to break any other news that may have happened during the Thanksgiving Day week or weekend. And it was pretty quiet, thankfully. I always say I'm all for it being quiet. As a matter of fact, I hope it stays the same going into the December and into the new year. But if this is going to be a repeat of last year, and if you remember, if you were here last year, it got crazy around the holidays, okay? People are getting arrested on Thanksgiving Day. People getting arrested on fucking Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, shit like that. And we'll talk a little bit about those. And we're going to talk a little bit about some people that are on probation. And a few of those individuals are the ones that did get arrested on those holidays and had to spend the holidays in jail. You may have even saw the community post that I posted on, I think, Thanksgiving Day. In case you didn't, let me share that with you. So for those of you that were wondering who spent the Thanksgiving Day holiday in jail, I will show you that. Of course, this channel's covered. There's hundreds of thousands of people that unfortunately spent the holidays. Well, if they did something wrong, they deserve to spend the holidays in jail. But, of course, it sucks. I don't wish that on anybody. But if you do the crime, you're going to pay with the time. But let me share this with you. As far as the people that we covered on this channel, we did this last year, so I continued it in with this year. We put out our yearly. Now, we'll probably do this again in Christmas time, and I hope nobody's going to be locked up during Christmas time. I think one person for sure will be. As a matter of fact, that's one of the individuals we're going to be talking about today because they've got their sentencing hearing coming up here in a few days, which most of you know, that's Trina Golden. So one of the 9 court cases or hearings that we've got for this month. But in case you missed it, and we're going to get started here in a minute. I'm just letting people get the notification because it's been a while. Let me share this with you. And then I'll join you guys in chat. So if you guys are asking me questions, I'm sorry. I haven't been paying attention. But here you go. So this was our Thanksgiving Day post from the channel. One, wishing you guys a happy and safe Thanksgiving, most importantly. But in case you were wondering, it looks like we had Mr. Charles Marlowe Crematus, a.k.a. Marloweverse, spent Thanksgiving in jail. We had Old Girl, a.k.a. Ski Mask Andy's on and off girlfriend, / just uses her for a ride and a place to stay while he's wanted. She spent Thanksgiving in jail. Trina Golden, who is currently waiting her sentencing hearing coming up here on December the 5th, spent Thanksgiving in jail. And then we did briefly discuss P. Diddy and what was going on. So I thought out of fairness, we might as well throw him in the pick. But P. Diddy, as well as most of you know, spent Thanksgiving in jail. And as of last I've heard, doesn't look like he's going to be getting a bond here, or he's going to be getting bonded out anytime soon because the judge still, even though with all the motions they put in for these bond hearings, has not allowed him to be bonded out, is last I heard. All right, so let's get this out of the way. Let me say hi to you guys in chat, and then we're going to get started. What up, ICU? Looks like ICU is first in chat, and hello to you again. Followed by Sicilian Princess. Good morning to see you. We've got Dustin. Good morning, you. And good morning to see all my mods and all the members of the jury, as always. We've got V-Neck. Yo, 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 yo. Good to see you, V-Neck. We've got Ken McDonald. Good morning, Ken McDonald. We've got JB. Good morning from PA. Good morning. We've got Roofer in the house with an AO and another part of the mod squad and member of the jury. And welcome, welcome, welcome. We've got Coconut Cult. Good morning to you. We've got Jade. We've got, let's see, hopefully, Claire View. Do you have any plans to cover the Canario case in New Jersey? I've got to look that up because I don't even know what that name is from, but I'll check it out, Claire View. 5th of the May for Diddy, Venix says. Grunge Truck, good morning. Good to see you in chat. And if I miss anybody, I apologize. Gold Girl, good to see you. Good morning. We've got going down the line. Sunshinery, good morning to see you. Calendars, updates we'll send after this. Excellent. So for those of you that might not understand what that means? That means after this show, I will be posting our December's calendar. So hopefully me going through all the dates will also help you in case we have any updates we need to change on that calendar, Sunshinery. But I will try to be as detailed as I can. And most importantly, if we just get the time and date, I'm good with that. But thank you for doing that. And yes, we'll be posting the e-calendar. So for some of y'all that may not have pens, pencils, or paper available right now, don't worry. You'll have your own copy that you can screenshot, download, do whatever you like with. What up, Mr. Doodle? What up, Aaron? How was your weed pumpkin pie? Oh, dude, that thing was delicious. I ate it all, of course. I pigged out on it, and I 100% recommend the Jell-O ready-to-bake pumpkin pie, especially if you add some of that can of butter. As a matter of fact, I'm really excited because this last batch I had, although I don't think it was as potent as my first batch, it came out greener. If you guys saw my IG picture, and that was really cool. Looked really like can of butter. But although it was potent, I still think the first batch was way more potent. And that, of course, was because we used actual buds, half an ounce of buds into that batch versus this last batch, I think was greener because we used the combination of shake / the, what are those leaves called again? The ones that'll still have the THC on it. Those are the ones I cleaned up once I already let them cure and dry. Sugar leaves. There you go. Excuse me. So I think because there's more chlorophyll in those leaves, that's probably what made it greener. But I still think the first batch is more potent. What up, Aaron? Good to see you. Going down. Vanessa Jean, hello. What up, Jennifer? Old news. How do you even know? We haven't even talked about it yet. And guess what? A lot of people here don't watch the same shit you do. And if it's old, then what are you doing here? But good morning to you, Vanessa. Or no, not Vanessa. Jennifer. There's your 5 seconds of fame. Now you better hit that thumbs up button and get the fuck out of here. What up, Kelly? Yes, trying to be festive. And we're not even there yet. This was just a start. As a matter of fact, I barely started peeling off the, November calendar title. And I've got every letter except the D. So I still got to cut out I'm going to turn a G into a D. And then we'll start posting the dates on this calendar here. But for right now, we're still kind of in a little bit of shambles. What up, Zen? Good to see you, my friend, and another member of the jury. Going down the line. What up, Rob, Ohio? The full name is Paul Canero, charged in 2018. Interesting DNA evidence. Allegedly killed his brother, whole family, fake burning his own house down in Mammoth County. Ooh, that county is very familiar. I think either Ski Mask got in trouble there at one point or was Controller, or I don't know. Eventually, he got moved to Middlesex County. I think that was Controllers, but Mammoth sounds familiar. I think that was Ski. But thank you. I will check into that. All right. I think we've made it to the bottom. With Kelly, throw some D's on that biatch. Oh, there went my ring light. Obviously, the ring light didn't like the D's on that biatch. All right. Here we go. So cheers to you. Damn it. Dobby never came back. I wanted to show you guys his festive freaking hat that I just put on him this morning. I think he knows what I'm trying to do. Now, on a positive note, I did find the missing little turkey leg that we're supposed to use for a turkey shoot, or excuse me, not a turkey shoot, for our Thanksgiving Day photo shoot, which if you guys were wondering, yes, I apologize. I try to do a holiday shoot with the pups every holiday, and we just didn't get a chance to do one for Thanksgiving. I didn't have a lot of cool stuff, and last year's was okay, but I still need to work on a very much impressive Thanksgiving Day shoot. Now, for December, we definitely got to top last year's Christmas Day shoot, which is always our annual Christmas Day, what do they call it? Holiday card that we give out to our friends and people and stuff like that. So I'll be working on that sometime soon, but I did find the turkey leg. Anyways, all right, let's get started, shall we? Let's start with Mr. Bass. So I'll be real quick. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to give quick updates today. As a matter of fact, my introduction probably was longer than probably what I'm going to be going over. No, I'm just kidding, but maybe. But anyways, let's just get the Mr. Based info out. Now, for some of you, maybe you caught the news. For most of you, didn't. But if you hadn't, let me just go straight to his case information, which again is all public information that you can access yourself, just in case you need to fact check me. But in case you don't give a shit, don't worry. I'm going to share it with you here anyways. Let's see. And I apologize. I have so many tabs up because of all the different people that we're going over today. It just might take me a second just to pull up his info, but I do have it ready to go. Where's New York? Where's New York? There's New York. I think this one's New York right here. This one's New York. Here we go. Here it is. Share this tab instead. All right, let me make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Oops, no, you're not. So here we go. That's why I always check. There you go. Now you can see. So, oh, and just before, and even if you get some news, before you guys start skedaddling out of here, once you get your news, you might want to hang out till the end because I'm going to be giving away some memberships because it is the beginning of the month. I get 10 of them to give away. Hell, I might even give away some now. Throw a little membership bomb at you. Boom! Also, we're going to be giving away a bunch of buttons, okay? And I'll tell you how you may or may not be one of the lucky ones that gets a button. And these buttons are part of the, and let me just show you really quick. And then I promise we'll get started. But at least I get all this info out the way, all right? And also I forget a lot of this, so that's why I try to do it when I have it in my top of my head. Remember the buttons that we're doing for our Good Cause project, which hopefully we can finalize by the end of this year, which means I'm hoping I can sell the remainder of these by January 1st. So that way on January 1st, you all can vote on an organization, nonprofit, whomever you think is worthy of getting all the money that we received from all the profit and proceeds from our button sale and any merch we'll sell from now until the end of the year. Once you guys select which organization, just like last year, we will donate that money to that organization. We can even do 2 organizations like we did last year, which was the Children's Hospital, and then we donated to the local animal shelter here in my town, Las Cruces. All right. But it was whiles back, Sicilian Princess was kind enough to purchase $25 worth of these, which I rounded it up. These are $3 a piece. That's 8. Okay. I'll even throw in another one. Let's just call it 9. Okay. So I've got 9 of these that I can disperse to 9 of you all. That was instructions that were handed down from Sicilian Princess to me. I asked her if she wanted to pick the people that got them, or she said, no, you pick. So I will let you know how 9 of you can get one of these buttons for free. Otherwise, if you're interested in getting one for yourself, they're just $3. You can send that to me in any of the different forms that you have to donate, except the YouTube route. Because, of course, with YouTube, they take 30%, and then I don't see those funds until about another month. So if you want your button soon, you have Cashapp, PayPal, and Venmo are the 3 different ways that you can donate. I can get a mailing address or shipping address for you, and boom, you'll get your button, okay? $3, again, just covers the shipping, the cost of the button, and like I said, the only profit that's made is going to go 100% to our For the Good Cause project, which, again, at the end of the year, you guys will select an organization or organizations that will receive all the profits from our button sale and merch sales. Also, if you want to do something like Sicilian and like Roofer did, Roofer was another individual that was so kind to purchase a bunch of buttons and allowed me to just figure out a fun way to disperse them to you guys in the chat. So if any of you guys want to purchase more than one button and wanted to, have a fun way to give them out to people, you can do that as well. All right, that's it. That's all the commercials, okay? Not bad. If you guys were watching Netflix and shit, or I don't know, I think you got to pay more for the commercials. You've already seen 3 commercials by now, all right? Oh, yeah, some of that NJ love. You about to get some. Here we go. All right, so Mr. Base, maybe you guys were reading on this as I was talking, hopefully. But anyways, to just make this short, it does look like this case has been disposed. I'm still verifying that because, like I said, I was just looking to verify his court date that's supposed to be on December the 4th, and then I see that 1, it was rescheduled, and then I see 2, it appears that he may have took a plea deal. I know that I think some of you have reached out to me and said that this news has been already brought up. I don't know if it was a clip channel, if Mr. Base talked about it, so maybe you guys can chime in the chat. Either way, maybe I can get a hold of Mr. Alex Novell, who is the alleged victim in this whole incident, and see if they know what happened. But either way, let me just read what we have here on the case information. And us as armchair lawyers can try to figure out what happened. All right. So again, originally, there was a court date down here, December 4th, which is what I was planning on giving you guys an update, on around the time of December 4th. Now, if you see here, on the right-hand side, it says it's been rescheduled. Now, we see down here underneath it a court date that's been rescheduled for January 21st of next year. Now, what's funny, though, is it says this is going to be a payment, and it has, as far as the judge, to be determined, and then it says cashier at the bottom. So it almost doesn't even appear as this is like even a scheduled actual arraignment or any type of court hearing. But again, that's what I'm going to try to figure out. Now, we've got another area we can check out stuff on. Let's go to the charges. So right here, and if you guys are trying to tell me something, just give me a second because I'm not reading chat yet. Let me finish talking, and then I'll clone in or I'll chime in on chat. But when we go to the original charges that he was facing, it tells us a little bit about the disposition info on the right-hand side. And again, that's where I'm getting the idea of, I think there was a plea deal that was offered and taken. All right, and here's why. And maybe I got it wrong. Like I said, I'm new to this as of this morning. You're looking at pretty much what I looked at about an hour ago. All right. So let me go back over here. Now, if you see here, originally, we already knew these two charges he was facing originally that he had pled not guilty to. So originally, he was just facing two charges, if I remember correctly. All right. And he had pled not guilty to them. That's why we're waiting to see what was going to happen on December 4th. But now it looks like there's a third charge here, and it says right here on the right-hand side under the disposition/sentence information, charge added, arraigned, pled guilty, imprisonment, time served, fee, $50 due 11/18 of 2024, surcharge, MS, $175, $25 due 11/18 of 2024. And I'm highlighting right here what I just read. So what it looks like to me is that because they added another charge, apparently, and this charge it looks like he pled guilty to, I have a feeling this was done in some type of plea arrangement where they said, all you got to do is pretty much, we won't charge you on the first two charges, but we're going to add this third charge, which is recklessly causing physical injury, assault. So it's an assault, recklessly causing physical injury charge. And you got to plead guilty to this charge, and you're going to serve some time already served, so you didn't have to serve any additional time, and pay some fees. So basically, all he has to do is pay fees. And hopefully he paid them by the 18th. Otherwise, he's got a past balance due. But again, I'm just basing this all on what I've read. Okay, so I can't say that's exactly what happened. I don't even know if he was even offered a plea deal. Hell, I don't even know if this charge was added, but it says it was. I don't remember it last time we looked at his charges. I just remember him pleading not guilty to the first two charges, which were assault with intentions to cause physical injury and aggravated harassment - threat. Okay, so according to what I'm reading, it also says something else here. Let me go back to the summary, the main case details. It also says something here about, I believe, the protective order that was filed against Mr. Bass by Alex Novell has been canceled. So is no longer active. Where did I see that? Let's see. Was it under appearances? Let me see. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So under the appearances tab, it looks like, so here's the thing. It looks like some stuff happened between the last time I had done my update and us waiting for the December 4th hearing. Because it looks like there was a hearing on October 7th. And then most recently, there was one on November 18th. And I think this is when all this got adjourned and disposed of, was on the 18th. Again, I'm just guessing based on what I'm reading. But here on the right-hand side, under the outcome/release status side, it says adjourned, vacate order of protection dismissed, criminal covered by, charge added, arraigned, pled guilty. There you go. So that pretty much, I think, is going to give you a summary of what happened on the 18th, which is, I think, the date all this got taken care of. So basically, the case was adjourned, the order of protection was dismissed, and it looks like a charge was added. He arraigned and pled guilty to that charge, and he just had to serve some time already served, and now it had to pay some court cost and fines and fees. It's basically what I got from all this. Now, they still have, though, this January 21st of next year hearing, but like I said, it says cashier. So I don't know if that's just a date that they're going to check in to see that he made sure and paid all those fines and fees, or what that's all about. I have no clue. So I'll work on seeing if I can get more information on this. But from my opinion, and from what I've been able to read to you guys, and from what we're all looking at together, I want to say that this case has all been disposed. And that's what I'm thinking, Sunshinery. All right, so that concludes the update on Mr. Base. I know it's a little long-winded, but you guys know how when I say this long story short, it's usually short story long. All right? Now, I'm going to do this as best as I can in kind of not alphabetical, in chronological order. Here I go, okay? So if you got your pen, pencils, and papers out, you may want to start writing this down. Once I go down this list, then I got a few little details I want to talk about on some of these individuals, not all of them, okay? So what we've got for December coming up soon, and then working our way to the end of the month. December 3rd, we've got the Charles Marlowe, a.k.a. Marloweverse, hearing. This one's going to be the hearing having to do with his 3 most recent charges, okay? For those of you that may have forgot, I think I have this up here for you so you can see. Let's see, return to search results. Yeah, here we go. So in case you forgot, because he's actually facing another court date in January, not to try to, confuse people, but this year, December 3rd, oops, what the hell did I just do? Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. He does have a court hearing, and it is going to be at 9 a.m., and it is, again, for these 3 cases that I'm checking on the left-hand side. Or, excuse me, they have them each as individual cases, but it's pretty much the same case, 3 charges he's facing, which is abduction by force/intimidation, strangle, wound/injury results, assault, battery on a family member. Don't forget, he's got another hearing January the 22nd of next year having to do with another assault and battery charge on a family member, and that was from an incident stemming on September 23rd. The 3 charges he's facing this December the 3rd, that's for the incident stemming on October the 25th. Okay. Now, if you remember our last kind of update on what was going on, and again, this was all based on what his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, however you like to call it, Marissa, aka Sunset City 13, said, was that he was possibly looking at maybe being able to bond out and go to some type of drug rehab program for 90 days. But it appears since that hearing date, the last update we got from her was that they didn't bond him out. And I think we even confirmed that by going to the actual sheriff's jail inmate search website and did a search and saw that he was still in custody, obviously. But pretty much that was the last update I got, was that they were trying to get him to, get released and go through some 90-day drug program. But it appears that that didn't go down. So I guess we'll find out more what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow is December the 3rd, Tuesday, December the 3rd. So I will try to get you an update on that. I may not give it to you tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it as a community post. I may wait maybe till the 5th when I have a lot more updates, because we've also got court cases coming up on the 4th and on the 5th. Okay. So continuing down our calendar, and let me jump back here to chat. Welcome everybody just joining us right now. I see Trevor Leahy in the chat. And let's see if somebody else came in. I think I saw some new names earlier. Pamino Week I saw coming in. Welcome. We've got Slupopotamus. Welcome. Haven't seen you in a bit. Maybe you have, but I haven't seen you. You know how I am. I'm trying to get better at reading chat. That's one of my things. Oh, I see a Miami lady. All right. So welcome everybody. Anyways, going down the line. So that was December 3rd. December the 4th, we've got one got rescheduled. So we've got 3 court cases on December 4th. Mr. Bass was one of them, but obviously that looks like that case has been disposed of. But they do have some type of court case date scheduled or rescheduled for January 21st of next year. But for sure, we've got on the court docket for December the 4th, which is going to be this Wednesday, Hampton Brandon. This is his charges that he's facing out of Florida. Now, remember, they just disposed the charges having to do with the him riding the bike at night and having the warrants out and the resisting or obstructing officer with no violence. Okay, and we already went over what happened with that case. He's got a jury trial that may or may not start on December the 4th, and that has to do with the charges of trespassing and violating the protective orders that were, issued against him by, looks like, some family members. So he is still pleading, or had put in a plea of not guilty, and it looks like they may be starting his jury trial that day. Trina Golden has a scheduling conference on December 4th. Her sentencing hearing is scheduled for December the 5th, the next day, but they do have a scheduling conference the day before. That is at 9 a.m. Hampton Brandon's hearing is at 8:30 a.m. That's going to be out of Florida. Trina Golden is going to be at 9 a.m. scheduling conference. That's out of Kansas. We've got EBZ. EBZ's got his, what is going to be, I think, his second hearing, which has already been rescheduled numerous times. I don't know if it's going to be in person or virtual, but he's got his hearing on at 8:30 a.m. That's out of Travis County, which that's the county Austin, Texas, where he got in trouble. And again, that had to do with the, I believe it's a assault or battery charge that he's facing, stemming from the incident with Burger Planet. If you guys remember all that. Let's see here. Moving on. December 5th. That is going to be, we've got 2 things going on. We've got Trina Golden's sentencing hearing at 3 p.m. And then we've got the rescheduled hearing of Old Girl, a.k.a. Alicia Heskett, a.k.a. Ski Mask Andy's on and off girlfriend. That's at 9 a.m. That's out of Oklahoma, Rogers County more specifically. Again, Trina Golden is out of Olathe, Kansas. So those both should be Central Standard Time. Now, with Trina Golden, I was working on getting an interview with her. I still am, but per some advice of my legal counsel, I am going to hold off on that said interview till after her sentencing hearing. I don't think there's much that she could obviously say or ask for from the public between now and, for what, Thursday or Wednesday? Wednesday is the 5th. But just to avoid any interference in the case, I am going to hold off working, and I'm not even guaranteeing an interview yet. I am going to be holding off on that till after the sentencing hearing, in case you're wondering about that. We had mentioned it last week, okay? So her sentencing hearing, again, is December the 5th at 3 p.m. Old Girl's got her rescheduled date, and this was after she had sent a grievance letter. I think originally she was scheduled for December the 14th or 15th. She wrote a grievance letter because they have rescheduled her hearing like 3 times already. And of course, she's still in custody. So the longer that she's got to wait, the longer she's in jail. Now, on a positive note, if they do give her any time, she's probably going to get time served and probably won't most likely not have to serve any time. But either way, she's still in custody at Rogers County, and she's got a hearing on December 5th at 9 a.m. And again, those are for facing the charges of same thing that Ski Mask is wanted on right now, for threatening 2 charges. I think they just gave her 1. He's got 2 charges, but her is just 1 charge of threatening acts of violence, which, if you remember, wasn't the original charge she was arrested on. That's the charge that was filed in court. She had faced some more charges, and they were more serious charges. But that's, if you want to get into that, you can do a search on all those previous coverages that we've done on Old Girl. Moving on down the line, December 10th, in relation to Charles Marlowe, whether they're a girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, however you want to call the relationship now, none of my business. We've got Marissa Dickinson, a.k.a. Sunset City 13. She's facing the 2 charges in relation to the accident that she was allegedly involved in, which it appears based on her story and the information that we've looked at through the case information was involved just herself in her damaging some property, public property or private property. She's got a hearing on the 10th regarding that. She was facing, again, 2 charges. She had mentioned, I think, on her interview that we had on this channel, and again, you can find that through a search on the channel. I think she had mentioned she was going to be fighting that, pleading not guilty, and was going to be, obviously seeking the assistance of an attorney. Whether that's a private or public defender, I'm not too sure yet. I guess we'll find out December 10th. December 14th, we've got MGL, a.k.a. Michelle Sabate. Marissa's, or a.k.a. Sunset City 13's hearing is at 11 a.m., December 10th. Moving on to December 14th, we've got MGL, a.k.a. Michelle Sabate. She's got her hearing at 9:30 a.m. This is in regards to facing, and I think I may have the charges up here. Her charges she's facing, these are the charges we just went over, I think, last week that they just filed in court late last month, having to do with, it was the alleged DUI, but it looks like they're not charging her with that charge anymore, but they are charging her with 3 charges. Let me bring that up. I think I had that case up just so we can refer to that case information. I may have took it off. I think one of them was having to do with concealment of her license plate. The other was simple battery on an officer. And the 3rd charge was obstruction of an officer, if I'm not mistaken. But as we get closer to that date, of course, we'll definitely do an update since we have so many people interested on that case. And then don't forget, on the civil side, she's still facing everything going on with her divorce case, which we've talked about briefly, but again, is not anything I'm really covering unless there's something that you guys absolutely, want from that. What we are going to cover, of course, is the criminal side, which now most recently is going to be her case having to do with the DUI, alleged DUI, which again, doesn't appear that she's being charged with that now, but she is being charged with those 3 charges I just went over. All right, so that's going to be on December 14th, 9:30 a.m. And excuse me, I know my phone was beeping, so I apologize. All right, I'm just trying to also kind of throw myself back here with chat so that way I can see what you guys are talking about. All right. Okay, let's go down my calendar. Oh, yeah, I was going to try to find that, but I already took it off. But those were the 3 charges. Okay. December 16th, going down the line. Controlla, a.k.a. Carissa Tabona, 9 a.m. As a matter of fact, on the 16th, we've got Controlla and Action Man as cases. So we got 2 cases that day. Starting with Controlla, 9 a.m. That is on the East Coast. That's going to be out of the state of New York. When we get closer to that date, I'll get you guys an update as far as, what court and all that stuff. And of course, remember, she's facing the charges having to do with the incident where she allegedly went over to somebody's house and there was supposedly a discharge of some mace. I gotta actually, you know what? So that I'm not guessing here, let's pull up and see, because I do have the New York website up. Let's get exactly what she was charged with. That way we're not guessing. So I can show you guys. Here we go. So let's get out of Mr. Jason Itzler, a.k.a. Mr. Based. And let's do another search. Make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. What up, Chris K? Yes, I do. You were actually on one of our panels and got kicked. How could I forget? Let's see here. Let's go down to... Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Great. You guys can see what I'm looking at. Sorry. That's what I was trying to see here. So let's go here. Let's see what her charges were again that she's facing. So, excuse me, not 3, 4 charges she's facing. If I said 3, I apologize. She's already been arraigned. Of course, she pled not guilty. We gave you guys this update as the charges were coming up. That day, we didn't even know what the charges were. We were just discussing the case. And then literally as I was in mid-sentence of that coverage, the charges got, I guess, populated on the website, and we were able to share that day and break that news. But either way, just in case you forgot, she is facing and has already pled not guilty to menacing in the third, criminal possession of the weapon in the fourth with intention to use, unlawful possession of noxious matter, and harassment in the second, physical contact. So she's pled not guilty to all four of those charges and is facing her next hearing coming up on the 16th at 9 a.m. All right, moving on down the line. Let's see here. We've got, and I apologize because I know I've not been the most up-to-date on this individual, but the reason is because there's already so many other channels that are already covering the coverage. But just in case you forgot, we did start coverage on Nick Rekieta. I think I was saying Rekieta. Maybe I'm saying it wrong anyways, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Nick Rekieta. I think we just found out most recently that although he did, obviously graduate from law school, I don't think he is a registered attorney in his state. But either way, you guys know who I'm talking about. He's the individual that's facing a bunch of charges having to do with drug usage, blah, 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 blah. He's got his case on the 17th. Oh, I forgot Action Man, but let me just finish Mr. Rekieta's since I jumped ahead of myself. So he's got his next hearing on December the 17th at 3:45 p.m. I promise before that date, I will give you guys in my version, the NJCourts TV version of an update on that case. Last time we did an update, we actually brought my friend Will up, who's actually been very actively clipping anybody and everybody covering that case. So hopefully maybe I can invite him back for another interview, and he did a fantastic job. Will Heron, and guys, remember, he's got his channel that I'm sure most of you are subscribed that are following this case. He did a fantastic job of updating us on what was going on. So I'll see if I can bring him back for a second update before that hearing. But Nick Rekieta, however you say it. You say potato, I say potato. That is December the 17th at 3:45 p.m. Action Man, a.k.a. Aaron Travis. He's got his hearing at 9 a.m. We've talked recently about him, so you can check out our last update in case you're wondering what's going on with that case. And as we get closer to all these cases, I will try to provide you with an update, especially on the people that I know a lot of people have inquired on or show a lot of interest in. All right. That's it for December, ladies and gentlemen. The Nick Rekieta case, unless something changes, other people get in trouble, which hopefully doesn't happen, but if it's going to be a repeat of last year, will happen. We don't have any other cases coming up until January. As a matter of fact, we've just got January 21st of next year, the rescheduled hearing or whatever it's going to be for Mr. Bass, which says something about a cashier. So I don't even know if it's going to be an actual court hearing or it's just some type of date that they're going to be checking in to make sure that his fees and fines have been paid. I don't know. I'll find out more info for you. And then January 22nd, we've got the court case for going back to Charles Marlowe again. Carlos Marlowe Crematas. That's at 10:30 a.m. That's going to be for not the latest, but the incident before the latest, which was the one charge he's facing of assault and battery on a family member. So he's technically facing that charge twice. One time in the incident that happened in September, and then he's facing that in the three charges. As one of the three charges he's facing from the most recent incident, which was in October. That's the one he's facing his hearing on coming up here on December the 3rd, which is tomorrow. We already went over EBC on the 4th. I don't know if somebody was asking me about that in Unbusiness or if somebody was asking and you were filling them in. Sorry about that. Yes, well, Kelly, we brought that up. As a matter of fact, that was what we had discussed a little bit on our last update on the Action Man case. We actually had gone over the incident report, which I was able to get my hands on. Now, it was completely redacted, but it did have a list of individuals that were I wouldn't call it maybe a witness list, but individuals that are certainly were questioned or as far as part of the case at some point. And Nick White's name was listed as one of them. So I am looking into that case. Like I said, as we get closer to that date, which again is going to be December 16th, I'll try to get you a better update. Oh, yes. Hold on. Justin. Yes, I almost forgot about Mr. AKA Public Enemy. No, I haven't. I forgot to check on him. So if he's still, if he's actually scheduled for December 3rd tomorrow, then that's still going on. Thank you for reminding me. We need to add that if you didn't already have it, which it sounds like you did. I need to remind myself. So tomorrow we've got Charles, or wait, the 3rd. Yeah, we've got Justin and Charles. Amber HHHH, you are actually going to be one of the individuals I was going to discuss today. We've got our nice and naughty list. No, I'm just kidding. The next thing I was going to go over was people on probation. So from all these people we've been covering, we've got still people that are on probation. Don't forget, not don't remember. Now, I didn't have a chance to write down when their probation date ends, and most of you can go back and figure out what they're on probation on again. But just as a brief little summary, and I may be missing a couple of people, don't forget, out of all the individuals that we did coverage on, we still have Ronald Butterfield, aka Blogger IRL, on probation, which I was able to check on Blogger and Tommy James, and it looks like as of the June or the summertime, the court system did their own little check to make sure that they were still doing okay, not in any trouble. And it looks as of the summertime, they were doing okay. So matter of fact, I haven't seen Blogger IRL. And again, I don't follow any of those channels that, are part of that panel verse or whatever he was part of. But I'm not sure. Usually I see him on other little clips and things of that. I haven't seen much of him. So hopefully he's staying clean. Hopefully he's staying away from trouble and working on getting out of all this probation that he's on. Tommy James is also on probation. We've got Carissa Tabona that is on probation from her February incident, or her, February sentencing. This has nothing to do with the most recent stuff that she's got court. This is out of New Jersey is what her probation's out of. KK, I forgot her name. She's not really an important individual. She's part of that panel verse shit. Amber HHH is on probation. We've got Mike Strokoff, who's on probation. We just had him as an interview not too long ago, and he discussed a little bit about what's going on with him. Now, he did say he's got something going on in Pomona County, which I haven't had a chance to look into, and he sounds like he's working on taking care of his shit. But for the most part, I think everybody that we listed, except for Carissa Tabona, has not done anything really to violate their probation that we've been made aware of, okay? Obviously, I don't live with these people. I don't know what they do on a day-to-day basis. But for as far as just picking up new charges, which is what would be made public to this channel, the only individual on that list that I have that's broken or violated her probation or allegedly is Carissa Tabona. And that was stemming from the incident having to do out of New York with this New York dad, I think on or around the Halloween date. Now, I think Tommy James is almost done. Blogger, I think, still got some time. I think Blogger, as a matter of fact, I had this up for Blogger just to show you some more stuff. It's still up. I may have taken it down because it wasn't that important. Let me just go here. Oh, yeah, here it is. Looks like he did good on his community service. I don't know exactly how many. I mean, I don't see anything after June, but that's when it looks like they did their kind of check. Most likely it was because that's when he was supposed to finish his community service by. But it does look like he did do, according to this, 6 times 4, 24 hours of community service, most of it done between the end of May and beginning of June. But that's his community service list right there. So, yeah, for the most part, I think everybody except for Carissa Tabona has been behaving that are on probation. HB. Who's HB? Oh, Hampton B. Hampton B's got his hearing December 4th. Also, don't forget, ladies and gents, let me take this off. Don't forget, okay? Now, they haven't brought anything up from the hearings because remember, we even listened to his last hearing. We got to watch it live, audio and video, okay, of Hampton Brandon. Don't forget, not his last hearing, technically. Well, hold on. No, it wasn't technically his last. It was the one before that, excuse me. Nothing got brought up by the judge having to do with the charges he's facing in San Diego County. Okay, remember that whole SWAT incident that he was arrested on? Okay, as a matter of fact, let me show you this. Now, these aren't the original. These were the original charges he was arrested on. Let me open this up really quick. I got it open still. Yeah, I do. Let me share this with you guys. These were his original charges. If you guys remember, he was arrested on in San Diego County. Assault on a person with a semi-auto firearm. That was a felony. Carrying a loaded firearm in a public place. That was a misdemeanor. False imprisonment with violence. That was a felony. Battery on a spouse/ex. That was a misdemeanor. Commit felony on bail. That was a felony. Now, those were what he was originally arrested on. My last update, as far as I was informed, and this was by the court clerk's office in San Diego County, they had issued out a warrant for his arrest, a bench warrant, because he hadn't showed up to his last court date, and he was still facing 2 of those, 5 charges, which I believe were the first 2 on the top. So it looks like the only out of these 5 charges they arrested him on, the only 2 charges they filed against him in court were the first 2 on the top. The assault on a person with a semi-auto and carrying a loaded firearm in a public place. 1 felony, 1 misdemeanor. He didn't show up to his last court date. Bench warrant was issued. But they haven't talked anything about that with his case pending in Florida, in Broward County. Haven't talked about any extradition, any of that. As a matter of fact, the judge seemed to kind of be pretty lenient on him, thinking that he had a lot of mental disabilities going on and needed some help. I guess we'll find out more what's going to happen about this case that, and originally he was going to take a plea deal on these charges having to do with him violating the protective orders and trespassing, which pretty much is a no-brainer. I mean, they caught him on the camera. When we read the incident report, the officer even had stated he had even given him a warning the first time they got called out there to the residents to let him know that he wasn't supposed to be there because of the protection orders. He came back. That's when they were called back again, and that's when he was arrested. I don't know how you're going to try to show that, you didn't violate the protective order and you didn't trespass when it's all on body cam, and you're going to have, obviously, whatever officers there testify, but it's his right. He can plead not guilty if he wants, and that's what he changed his plea to. So the judge has set that for a jury trial. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is that same judge did mention that even if he's found guilty by a jury, that the judge was still not going to sentence him to any jail time. Okay. Again, based on, whatever, you guys can watch the video that the judge did a long story. I mean, I like the judge, but what I don't like is the way the court system works is where they don't pay much attention to what these people have as far as, active warrants and cases in other states. When we as the public think they do, right? We're sitting here going, no way in hell. If you're wanted in another state, okay, especially for a felony, they're going to find that out whenever you get, if you go to another state or run away and you get in trouble in that other state. I mean, we saw with Ski Mask Andy. He had an active warrant from the court cost administration for him not paying the over $15,000, I think it is now, court fines and fees. Okay, you can see it on the oscn.net website. Clear in bold letters, active bench warrant for not paying them. They still didn't say anything about that, even though they arrested him on the most active warrant he had when they brought him into jail and he had to serve his jail sentence and all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's got an active warrant base that we can read out of that other county in Oklahoma, which, they seem not to see that in their system in Tulsa. So I hope that this channel has shown you guys, because especially a lot of these cases coming from all over the different parts of the United States, that, the court system can be fair, and in some cases it's not, and sometimes it's, when we're sitting here thinking that, they're doing a good job of, figuring out who's, in trouble and who's not, especially if they've got past criminal history in other states. I hate to say it, but for the most parts that we've been able to cover a lot of these people, I've seen that they don't. So anyways, that pretty much concludes all I had. Now it looks like 65 of you remained here. So I'm going to take care of y'all. Okay. One, I promised I was going to throw some little membership bombs. I didn't forget. Give me a second. Membership grenades incoming. And also, we're going to give away, I'm going to tell you how you can win 9 buttons. Well, 9 of you can win buttons. I did not forget that. So let me start. Oops, let me mute myself there. I think this is how I do it. Here we go. There we go. 5 memberships incoming. Boom! Welcome to the 5 new members. Christina, Coggles, Kitten Cake. Oh, is that Chicken Cake? We've got Blessed and Highly Favored, and we've got Peace, Love, and Pugs. I'll answer your question here in Gold Girl 9. The reason I say out at Kitten Cakes, if that is Chicken Cakes, maybe if it's not, then welcome. Chicken Cakes was a spy. She became a member of the jury and went and ran Gamble's Discord and tried to tell him we were sharing on the membership only tab, even though there's plenty of people that can access that. But that's why we don't like Chicken Cakes. But welcome to all the members of the jury. You've now got those badass emojis you see everybody spamming to. You got access to. You've got access to the members of the jury only tab. And I'm going to be doing an awesome giveaway only for the members of the jury. But for today, anybody can win one of the 9 buttons. And I'm going to tell you how. Let me just gift another 5. Boom! Memberships incoming. Amber HHH, welcome as a member. Alyssa for you, Smirky, Twisty Poo, and Clash with Bow. What up? I don't know if you're still in here, but shout out to your channel, and now you're a member, whether you like it or not. Welcome to all the 10 new members of the jury. All right. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, we're giving away buttons. So I've got 9 buttons to give away. Oh, let me answer Gold Girls. Of course, that's one of the other perks. I try my best to answer everybody's questions, but for sure, I will try. And if you can't reach me on a comment here or chat, reach out to me on Instagram. Reach out to me through email. I will always try to answer a question from a member of the jury. That's one of the perks. All right, that's why you get those little membership badges next to you. I know who's important, who's not. I'm just kidding. I think I've been doing this for 2 years and have been fair to everybody. But of course, I do love my members of the jury because your support every month is what continues this channel going on its 3rd year. So again, shout out to all the members of the jury. Shout out to all the viewers. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to all the viewers, haters, lovers, and everybody in between. All right. Thank you, Sunshinery. So here's what I'm going to do here. No, you're a Porn Zero's nightmare. I still got my viewers that come in that aren't members all the time. I consider you one of them. Here, I would only be doing this to members of the jury if I didn't love my other viewers. But everybody is welcome to these 9 buttons. Now, this again was courtesy of Sicilian Princess, who purchased 9 of these and said I could give them away however I wanted to. So here's how I'm going to do this. All right. I'm going to post here in a second a link to an email. This email is going to be the channel's email if you don't already know it. Okay. Now, the first 9 people that reach out and just say in the subject line, button, I will reply back. Don't put your shipping address or anything yet because you may not have won. I don't need that information unless you won. All you need to do is just send an email with a good email I can reach back at you. And in the subject line, put button. The first 9 people that email the channel will be the winners of those buttons. I will reply to you then. If you are a winner, you will get a reply. Only when and if you get that reply, then I will ask for your shipping address where I can send that button to. Okay? So here you go. One Travis. Why don't you buy one then and shut me up? Plus, it's already the end of the show. So obviously you're sticking around because you want to win one. I already said it. We're done. You can leave if you don't want to hang out or listen to the button. But obviously you do. So here you go, ladies and gents. Here's the email if you didn't already know. Maybe some of you already sent one, and that's okay. But there you guys go. First 9 win a button. And if you want to buy one, say you didn't win one and you want to buy one, $3. Like I said, all that proceeds, which I think we equaled out to be like $1.50 after the shipping and the cost of the button, is what gets made as profit. 100% of those profits are going to be, well, already not. They already have been going to our For the Good project, which at the end of this year, beginning of this year, we're going to have to vote. All of you guys are going to be able to vote on which organization you'd like those profits to go to. We did this last year. We did it differently, though. We did a polar plunge then. I pretty much sold my body I sold my soul to the devil by jumping in a cold pool. Well, cold to me for a certain amount of money, which we ended up, I think, making about $250 that we donated. I think 150 to the animal shelter and 100 of it to the children's hospital. Not mistaken. Maybe 200 and it was 50 to animal, or 100 animal shelter and 150 animal shelter. I know for sure, and I think it was 50 to the kids, or it could have been the opposite. But either way, we took care of awesome nonprofit because of you guys. Thank you. And I want to do that again. I think I also, before I end this show, though, I have, that membership. Look, like email. Okay, subject in the button. First 9 people, I will reply to you. If you get a reply that says you're a winner, I just need a shipping address, and I'll get these to you hopefully by Christmas, at least before the new year. I'm getting better at shipping my shit out. Everybody I owed something to is already know, except Sunshiner, but she knows already. Everybody else has gotten their stuff. That's actually the second thing I need to ship to Sunshine. The original thing I need to ship to her has already been shipped because I know Cecilia. You didn't already send her all those? Yes, I did. Yes, you can, One Travis. Absolutely. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Now, again, I apologize for my shitty ass laptop not having the best camera, but they are a very good looking button in person. It says NJTV, and right underneath it, which you're having trouble seeing, but you can see it clearly like this, it says Court Television. It's a very, very well made button. I can attest to this because I wear one on both of my hats that I wear everywhere. You see, and I have those hats to like through hell and back. And those buttons, even the what? I mean, these things. The only other thing they're getting is a little rusty just from my sweat. This one's a new one, but the backing is a high quality backing. Oh, I took it off my hat. I was supposed to show you taking it off, but I've wore these buttons since I've gotten them, and I take them on and off. No problems, man. They've been really good. Hey, thank you, Sunshinery. I'm excited. If you guys want to send me Christmas presents, I'll gladly accept them. Oh, Go Girl, I didn't answer your question. As of right now, I have not made any plans to attend any of the court dates that I have listed. Now, doesn't mean that I can't bring you audio, doesn't mean that I can't bring you video, but I have not set any donation goals, nor have I put on my calendar any dates yet of attending any of those. Now, if there's any interest in possibly attending one of those dates, you guys let me know. Generally, the way it works, if I see a lot of people are just dying with just saying, NJ, you need to go. We need to see this live. I usually will try my best to. That's when I'll put a donation goal. That's when I'll e-beg for it. And then if we hit it, as we've always seen, and we've always hit every single donation we put. Okay, thank you guys. And I've always gone to every single trip that I promised you guys, and I brought you that court coverage and more, as a matter of fact. You guys can remember the first court coverage trip we ever did was going to New Jersey / New York for the controller court case, which we had a couple of channels that were really bad mouthing this channel, saying that I just scanned my viewers for a free trip to the East Coast, and that what was I going to do? Get all that donation money to just go control it for a few seconds walking into the courthouse? Well, I had kept it a surprise, which was very tough, but I had kept it a surprise. And little did those piece of shit haters even know that it was quite the opposite. As a matter of fact, this channel, being because we are a real court media channel, we're able to get access to a media. As a matter of fact, I've got said fucking media pass hanging right here. All right. This media pass is what got me into that courtroom in New Jersey, where I was able to provide you the full coverage of the controller court case for that day, which, mind you, thousands of views have already. Actually, I think that clip, as a matter of fact, just a short video of her walking into the courtroom and her lawyer giving me that mean look, has already cleared over 10K views as one of the short. And I think that's been one of the most live streams the day that we showed that coverage. So that was our first trip. In case you forgot, this channel has also brought you live court coverage for the Ganville court case, which was in Florida. This channel provided you live court coverage for the Sunny IRL coverage in Texas, Houston, Texas. This channel provides you live court coverage for the Michelle MGL hearing that, hey, she chose to not show up. I didn't have any control of that in Georgia. All right. This channel provided you live court coverage from the Ski Mask Andy hearing not once but twice in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we showed Ski Mask snitching like a bitch he is both times. And that's just the live in-court coverage this channel's provided, not to mention all the other court coverage we provide either as audio, video, or just updates like this. And again, I want to say thank you to you all for that. So that's where I was going with that. But Go Girl, I appreciate you checking, and maybe we'll have something come up. You know me, I like to surprise people. And unfortunately, because of the way it's gone, what a lot of haters and a lot of these people now realize that, yes, NJCourts, if it says it's going to be there, is going to be there. These people now will lie, kill, steal, say whatever it takes to keep you from going there. So sometimes I do got to keep it a little surprise. But unfortunately, these cases, these court coverages do require some fundage because they can be expensive, especially if we're going to one side of the country. So it does get difficult trying to keep it under the wraps, but still be able to tell people, hey, can I ask for your help? And here's why. So trying to figure out a good system to manage that. That way I can still be able to provide you guys with that live court coverage, but be able to do it where I'm not making a trip, wasting your guys' money, and then getting kicked out of a courtroom because this person had time to make up some lie, which they've tried hard, but because I do it the right way, because I am there as a member of the media, and because I had to file paperwork with a lot of information on it, a lot of credentials, a lot of people just think, for these FOIA requests, yeah, that anybody in the public can do that. But when you're actually requesting to go in the actual courtroom, with a camera and record live, that's a different story, okay? It's just not a little one-page paper I submit and, okay, come on down. So I'm trying to figure out a way to balance all that, and is why we haven't done the most recent coverage trip. I think our last one was kind of recent, but not most recent. I think it was MGL down in Georgia, but I'd like to do one here. But I think you were also asking about Ski Mask. So that's why I appreciate the memberships, because that's the donation I get. May go to court coverage. It may go to a body cam. May go to one of these fun IRL trips we do, but 100%, I can assure you, everything that gets donated to this channel goes right back to the channel. So I can't say just thank you as much as I can to those people that are members, because your monthly contribution, and for a lot of you, it's been over a year now. The OGs has helped this channel a lot. Okay. We've got a lot of also anonymous contributors that contribute to this channel. You guys know who you are. You're the unsung heroes, along with those that don't remain anonymous. Okay, however you want. I appreciate everybody. I can't say it enough. This channel does not exist without the contribution and participation of you guys, and I'm very thankful for that. All right. You know, good idea. We do need to do a poll on that. Let's do one. I'll put one today. I'll post the calendar at some time today, and then I'll post a poll to follow up with the December's calendar and see what you guys have to say. All right, everybody. Yeah, well, we don't have the best working on it, hypervigilance one. Not, not going to touch it. My little laptop that's carried this channel through almost 3 years now. Now it could be better, but you've done amazing, my little laptop. It's not talking shit. All right, my friends. Hopefully, I've answered all your questions. As a matter of fact, let me check my email to see if anybody's even emailed. I did a contest for Halloween that even participated in. Oh, oh shit! All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So I'll tell you right now, if you've emailed me, you got one. All right, I got 5 more to give out. So if you were one of the emails right now, you got one. And I will be replying to you here within today. No, I still got 4 of them left. 5 actually. I got 4 of them in. I got 5 left. So if you didn't email because you didn't think you were going to have problems, no, email now. You'll get one. There's the email, just to remind you all. Oh, I think somebody had asked about Ski Mask Andy updates. Oh, thank you for asking. There is one. He is still wanted. There you go. He's still got 2 active restraining orders against him from his parents. He's still wanted for his last court hearing he didn't show up to, which was issued a bench warrant, and that was facing the 2 charges of threatening acts of violence, 1 charge for each of his parents, stemming from the incident when the night he took the dog over, the police came and all that. As a matter of fact, if you were not aware of, which I'm sure you are, the body cam footage, because of Taylor Love channel, was made available. Channel actually was able to share that with you guys, and we did. So you can actually do a channel search, body cam footage, and watch it if you have it. So there's a little bit of an update, but nothing has changed since our last update on that guy, which is he's still wanted. Sounds like he's not changed that bit. Won't leave the county of Tulsa because obviously we know why. He's a addict. Okay, can't leave the plug, right? And it's still scamming for that road trip that he hasn't taken in 3 years. Okay, same story, different day. Oh, was I wrong? Sorry. Don't send my. If I was wrong. Oh shit! Yeah, don't put the exclamation mark. Don't put the exclamation mark. Let me erase mine. If a mod can erase mine, or actually, I don't know if you can erase me. If you can, damn. But I'll erase my own self. Delete comment. There you go. I wonder what happens if I put my own self in timeout. Oh, and any story about his broken arm having to be done because of the police, or this whole fucking story he made up about he was arrested and let go. That's all been confirmed that was bullshit. Again, thank you, Taylor Love Channel, for confirming that. So there you go. That's as much of an update as I have as far as what Ski Mask goes without watching the guy, which I don't. I occasionally will pop in if somebody messages me like they did when he was crying. Oh, I do. I do got an update just in case you didn't see this video. This would be a good way to end the show today. Hold on. Let me share this with you. Maybe you've already seen it, but just in case you didn't. This is one of the last times I popped in on him, and somebody messaged me and said, "Yo, dude's crying again for like the 5th time this year. But this is like one of the most intense crying sessions I've seen, NJ. You got to watch. And I said, all right, I'll pop in. And then, I mean, I was just so taken back from his performance. I had to do a short. Which, my gosh, I didn't expect this video to get the attention that it did, especially. But without further ado, show you just in case you didn't have a chance to see. Move that. Present. Share screen. Here we go. Give me a second.
Resonating, evocative, and captivating. The 5 men nominated in this category delivered resonating, evocative, and The 5 men nominated in this category delivered resonating, evocative, and captivating performances. Here are the nominees for performance by an actor in a leading role. The 5 men nominated in this category delivered resonating, evocative, and captivating performances. Here are the nominees for performance by an actor in a leading role.
This kitty. Also, this kitty.
I mean, come on. Little snot bubble. Who doesn't wipe that shit off their face or eyes if it was real, right? You're not going to just let a snot bubble just start growing out of the bottom of your nose. Unless you're doing it for attention.
And the Oscar goes to... Okay, seal that up.
All right. Look at that. I'll tell you what, though, man. If CMS would have just cleaned up his shit, that guy may have had an opportunity in Hollywood. He may have. I'll tell you what, the guy can sure play a crybaby if they ever needed one in a movie or in a commercial or something like that. But I don't think that's going to work out now. I think we might need a new emoji, Sunshiner. I agree. I definitely agree. I think I see another one brewing up. I'll take off we did a few of them for Thanksgiving, so I'll substitute the Thanksgiving emojis with the new ones. All right, my friends, that's all I had for you guys. Let me check. Hold on. Jesus. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I hate when I have multiple tabs open and they're playing me, and then you can hear me talking over me. You want the NJ Cockrider back? I know. You know what shitty is when I replace those 3 emojis with the new ones? I don't know if I saved those other ones, so I'm going to have to go back and make another one, which I can, but it kind of sucks because now I got to make a new one. But yeah, I realized that till once I deleted them, I was like, shit, I should have backed those up. But it's okay. Maybe I'll even just make some new ones, but definitely we'll bring the Cockrider back. All right, so let me just give you one last update on the buttons. Yeah, still got 5 of them left, all right? So if you want a button, you know the email, send it. I'll reply. If you get a reply back, that means you won, and all I need is just a shipping address, and I'll send one over to you. All right, my friends, that's all I had for you guys today. I appreciate everybody popping in. I hope everybody, again, had a wonderful holiday weekend. It's already ready to get ready for the new holiday coming up, which is Christmas time. Now, I know some of you may not celebrate. There's all sorts of different religions and things like that. So whatever you may be celebrating this month or next month, I wish you a good celebration. We got a busy December month. So you'll definitely be seeing a lot more updates than generally the past few months we've had, because although they weren't slow, they definitely weren't as busy as December's going to be. I just hope we don't have to add any more cases to the docket. So behave out there. Don't join the naughty list this year for the NJCourts naughty list. If you're going to do that, just wait till next year. And, well, don't. That's a joke if you didn't get it. But either way, we do got a busy month. So I hope to see you guys in the chat. Keep those notifications on. And we'll see you on the next one. Don't say I didn't warn you, because I'm warning you now. Oh, I didn't even have a chance to find. I bet you already took it off. I'll have to just hold Dobby next time so he can't escape. But I was hoping he would come up by now and show off his new little elf hat. He looks cute as hell. He looks like a little elf with his new little elf hat. But I don't think he likes it. So. All right. You're welcome, Sapito. You guys have a great rest of your week. For some reason, I don't see you for Christmas time, which hopefully I will. Have a good Christmas. Hopefully have a good New Year. And a positive one. NJCourts. Oh, I almost forgot. Don't forget. Check your 6 every once in a while. Keep that head on a swivel. Make sure, especially this month, take some time to love somebody. Please. I love you guys as always. NJCourts is officially out. Oh, that was a bad one. Started off good, but I lost it at the end of here. Yes, and we've got the calendar that'll be coming up. So I'll be posting that on the community post. Thank you, Sunshiny, for that. Staying on top of that. So e-calendar will be coming up today. I'll be reaching out to all those that want a button so I can tell you you're a winner. What else? Oh, I do have a good, like a Christmas giveaway that I'm going to be doing just for the members only. So you'll find that in the members only section coming up soon. And hopefully we can get rid of the rest of these buttons. I'll give you a countdown of what we have after these, however many that get dispersed through these emails. And hopefully we can get rid of them all. That way we can give a nice present to an organization at the end of this year, or even by Christmas time if we do it by then. Really looking forward to helping somebody out again this year. And again, that's because of you guys. So I appreciate everybody's support. All right, my friends. I'll leave them alone, Sicilian. Dobby, hold on. Let me just see if I can get him one last time. Dobby. Oh, this is going to be mean. Hot dogs. You want a hot dog? I bet she's outside. If he heard hot dog, he'd be flying over here. Dobby. And Rio would have too. So they're outside. They must have snuck outside. Somebody let him outside. See, Dobby's smart, dude. He's a smart little MF. He literally, as soon as he heard the show starting, he sat next to me until he heard me go, "Good morning." And as soon as I said good morning, he went, whoop. He knew. I'm telling you, he knew. Hold on, dude. Stay right there. You got to see it. You got to see it. I'm sorry, but I got to do this. Dobby. Say bye to everybody. See, I knew you were outside. You had already came in and said bye to everybody earlier. See, he was outside. Come on. All right. Hold on. Let me get him ready, though. You can't peek. Make sure you guys can't see. All right. You can't. All right. Just promise just for a second, Dobby. Quick second. This one's actually really cute on you, and it's not too annoying. It's not like that Halloween costume I made you get in. All right. You guys ready for this? This was part of Dobby's photo shoot last year, if you remember. But I haven't gone shopping for their photo shoot stuff yet this year. I present to you Dobby, the brown-nosed Chihuahua. If you guys are wondering what this is, it's a cat hat. They make them for cats, but it fits on little Chihuahuas. You can find them at Walgreens and CVS, okay? Every year they change them up. They got a cute one this year. We're going to get them. Dobby, see, thank you. That wasn't too bad, and you will be paid for your appearance today with one HOTDOG. I know, huh? I see you. See, I had to. I'm sorry. So thank you for the 43 of you all that remained here just to see little Dobbs in his outfit. So we've got to update our calendar behind me. Don't worry about that. We're going to make some studio changes, get ready for the December month. So next time you see me, it should look a lot brighter and more festive on stage. I promise. Yeah, I think they're really cheap. Oh, you're saying they got a reindeer. I've noticed Dollar Tree starting to put out costumes for the pooches. Yes. Yeah, no eyebrows here, all right? This is meant for the animals. Well, for cats. Honestly, I will say this. I don't have cats personally, but I don't know how the fuck you're going to get a cat one to sit still to put one of these on and then stick its ear through the little hole right here. Because the cats that I used to work around when I worked rescue would definitely not let me do that to them. Maybe yours will. All right, my friends, members of the jury, mods, lovers, haters, and everybody in between. You're dismissed. Have a wonderful Monday. Peace.